Hi again then guys, and welcome to episode 6 of Forget Your Warranty, the review series for Gran Turismo's aftermarket tuner car selection. Some of course which are pretty much street-based vehicles. They are packages and tuning options which you can buy straight from the aftermarket builder for your road-legal vehicle. Others, though, are more track-focused, such as the Amuse Carbon R and the HKS CT230R Evo. Now, this particular model is more of a street-spec vehicle. It's based on a vehicle which is already a good performance car on the game within the sports coupe category, but this car itself almost feels like a wasted opportunity, certainly wasted potential, and that's a shame, because I really love the tuning company that it comes from, which is HPA Motorsports. They're a Canadian aftermarket tuner who have actually built probably my favourite tuner car of the entire Gran Turismo franchise, the HPA Stage 3 Golf. That car is insane. It was first introduced on Gran Turismo 4, it cost 50,000 credits, and it was insane. You could buy it really early on in the game and it would dominate everything. Now that car's a lot more expensive, and it does suffer from extreme turbo lag, but I still absolutely love it, and it is by far the fastest hot hatch in the game. This car, on the other hand, just feels like, as I mentioned, wasted potential, because this car is based on the Audi TT Quattro, and the vehicle is called the FT565. 565, of course, referring to the power. Now, fully tuned, this car's 3.2 litre engine can be turbocharged up to a really impressive 796 horsepower. That's more powerful than the Golf, and the Golf is already extremely quick. Over 250 miles per hour under its own power, in fact, so that bodes pretty well for this vehicle. This car also puts out 625 foot-pounds of torque, and, perhaps surprisingly for a well-equipped all-wheel drive German car, is actually not as heavy as you might expect, especially given all the aftermarket parts. It only weighs 1,217 kilos, which is not bad at all. As far as horsepower per tonne, it's big. Supercar territory. 654 horsepower per tonne is another indicator that this could well be a bit of a monster around the track, and at least in a straight line. As far as PP, as you'd expect, it is pretty high. 612 though is reasonable. It's not ridiculously high. You can work with that, detune it if necessary. And so overall, it appears to be, especially seeing as it is based on the TT Quattro, which is already such a good performance car, potentially a brilliant aftermarket tuner, potentially even one of the quickest in the game. A TT Quattro with 800 horsepower, surely that would be difficult to get wrong. Well, unfortunately, Polyphony kind of have managed to get it wrong, because on the game, this car just doesn't deliver anywhere near the kind of performance that you'd expect and hope that it would. Considering that it's lighter and more powerful than the HPA Golf, but simultaneously slower, that really is a shame, especially when you're paying 640,000 credits for this car. That is a stupidly high price, and there is no good reason why it costs that much. The Golf is a 260 grand car, which is roughly 5 times the price that it used to be on Gran Turismo, but it's still worth that in my opinion, because it's such a dominating force within the hot hatch category. This car though has no excuse. It's just a sports coupe. Yes, it has 800 horsepower, but plenty of other sports coupes can be tuned to that kind of territory as well, so a 640 grand price tag really is not justified for this car. It has nothing in its repertoire which justifies that price, and so it's kind of a shame that they did that, because it looks the part, it's unpaintable, but at the same time it's bright orange with orange wheels, which is pretty cool. It stands out, it catches your eye, and so does the price. The first thing that catches your eye is the paint job, the second thing that catches your attention is the price, the third thing, unfortunately, is the fact that it doesn't live up to either of those things. Now, is it a bad car? No, of course not. It's still quick. It can do over 230 miles per hour, can launch off the line incredibly well, and make, say, not necessarily amazing, but certainly decent enough track car. The thing about the car isn't that it's bad, it's that, as I said right from the outset of the video, it's just wasted potential. Severely wasted potential. This car could have been amazing. It's one of the newest aftermarket cars to be featured on the game, and it just doesn't come close to how good it could be. Consider how good some of the other aftermarket cars are, such as the Buick Special, the HPA Golf, and various others. They are seriously quick cars. This car is nowhere near that. In fact, it's not that much quicker than the Audi TTS in its fully tuned form, and considering it's running roughly 300 horsepower more than that car, that's really not that impressive, and that's a shame. So the question is, should you buy one? Well, this isn't in the boat series, so quite obviously I would not say don't buy it at all, otherwise it would be in that series. But I would strongly caution potential buyers of this car not to get your hopes up. If you really want to buy this car, you should have no hopes at all, because then it won't disappoint you. You would justifiably expect a lot from this car. It's Polyphony's problem that it doesn't deliver on it, and that's a shame. So if you like the car, despite what I've said, and you just want it, then you'll probably like it either way. If though you're looking for value for money, and you're not necessarily a huge fan of the car but just wanted to potentially buy it to see if it was any good, you're pretty much better off saving your 640 grand plus 100 plus grand on tuning. But that's it for this episode. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, thanks for watching.